Hey everybody. So yesterday I made a video. I was doing all this stuff and editing and things like that. But as it was uploading, I accidentally deleted it. So I'm redoing the whole video. Well, not entirely the whole video. The original cut is 40 minutes long. I'm hoping to be shorter. And those who know content creator slash filmmaker Joel Haver, his goal of 2024 was to make 12 movies in 12 months. And as of New Year's Eve, he did it. He did it. Congrats! Yay! Grab the pasta. Celebratory pasta pick. Anyways, so yeah, he did all 12 movies in a whole year. Obviously, he didn't do like 1 month at a time. I'm surprised I managed to do that. It's a very lengthy shirt. Anyways, he did do 12 movies, of course. He did do 12 movies, and obviously there were times where it would be difficult for him to like just edit and stuff like that. So yeah, he, as of New Year's Eve, he dropped the final 12th film of his 12 movies in 12 months. So shouts out to him. His at's in the title, so check him out. So basically the whole thing of this video is that I'm going to be giving out my personal ranking of all 12 of the 12 movies in 12 months. And I'm not going to be cruel. I don't want to be cruel. He's a good filmmaker. He's a good guy. So I'm not going to go like, oh, this is the best for that and this is the worst for that. I'm just going to say this is my least favorite, way over there in 12, to all the way my most favorite here in 1. This is the one that I love the most. So, anyways, why don't I just get started? I also got to grab my other phone real quick so I can give out my notes for a review. And my nose is itchy as hell, so sorry for that. I'm going to start us all off with You Are Point Girl. In my honest opinion, this movie made me feel weird, like the whole time I was watching it. Like, it just seems strange to watch a whole movie in a vertical aspect. And don't get me wrong, we are in an era where anything can be watched in a vertical aspect. Like, you got TikToks, Instagram Reels, Snapchat, Spotlight, even, yeah, I said Reels, right? Anyways, so, oh, Shorts. Yeah, Shorts. That's the narrow word I was looking for. So, You Are Point Girl just felt very, like, dull to me. Like, just seeing a movie. I should have gotten like a brighter marker. But anyways, I played You Are Point Girl. If you can, well, there's a glare, so I don't know how the hell there's a glare. Is it because it's the most clean? I cleaned this very thoroughly earlier, so that's probably why. Now, I mean, I could just go ahead and go like this. You Are Point Girl for 12. Yeah, anyways. There's nothing wrong with the vertical aspect of watching things. It's just, it feels very, like, dull. Like, it made me feel like I was watching this on my phone, but really I was watching this on my TV, like it did with all the other films he put on. And I was waiting for it to go back to a horizontal. Like, hey, if you were to put it like, oh, the vertical aspect showcases that she's on a phone, and you go back to horizontal to show off, oh, it's no longer on the phone. I feel like it would have been much better that way. So, in my honest opinion, I'm also going to be putting like my personal ratings next to it. So for You Are Point Girl, I'm just going to go ahead and put a 6 out of 10. So, yeah, again, I don't want to be cruel. I love the guy. So, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to go into like a very homo-erotic joke, but no, I'm not going to go that far. I'm not a sussy baka. So, yeah, 6 out of 10 for You Are Point Girl. Honestly, it would have been better if it was like a back and forth type ordeal. Like, you know how in films they will do different horizontal shots from time to time, but in this case I'm just stuck in the vertical shot and it just made me feel weird. So anyways, we could go ahead and move to my 11th pick. This one was very watchable for me, like I will say that, but I will have to go and say the 9th movie had to be my least favorite out of some. In all fairness, the acting in this movie was spontaneous, and I did like the bits of it being like going through the meta movie route. Heck, I even made a meme showcasing how the 9th movie is every masterpiece, and at the bottom is its cheap copycat, which is This Is the End. In all showcasing, this just feels like that movie, but I'm also just a bit like disappointed. I thought like because of the way the movie is, I was thinking, oh, it's just a group of friends and Joel all trying to help him out make his 9th movie, and he's like struggling on. He just wants it to be perfect. I want it to be so goddamn good that people will crap their pants when they watch it. But it's not that. It's just his friends make him mad, and they have 48 hours to try to make a movie. And I honestly don't hope you guys mind me making spoilers, but every film is a film, and they're all done. So it's not my fault you didn't watch them. So, yeah, the whole movie is basically about him getting mad that his friends didn't like his movie. So 48 hours to make a movie, and everyone just like gets evaporated and dies. And basically Joel's a fucking god or wizard, or I don't remember. But yeah, it was funny, don't get me wrong. I mean, there are highlights, like I did enjoy Ryan being like a very dull version of himself. Lars, he's like, I'll agree with what Joel said. Lars is like the spotlight of the whole film. He's just being like a even more dumb version of like Ryan. And I also gotta give Bet like his flowers too. I feel like he was also a very underrated part for like two of these movies that he's been involved in, or maybe he's been more. I just haven't noticed. But yeah, 9th movie, it's very fun, but not my most favorite. So I gotta go back in my notes. I have it right here. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give the 9th movie a 6.6 out of 10. I'm just gonna showcase again, just so you can read it. If it's backwards, it's not my fault. So, yeah, the 9th movie is enjoyable. I'd watch it. I watched it a lot. But not my most favorite. So, now for the 10th spot, I'm putting... I think I'm losing marker? No, never mind. I'm putting Love Celeste for the 10th spot. Now, this film was also enjoyable, but I will say it didn't really feel like, even though there are only 3 people in this movie, it just didn't really felt like there was a lot to go with. And like Joel and Zahid's characters, they're like, I wrote it down here somewhere, what they made me feel like. Yeah, like Joel and Zahid's characters are strained and they stay in their spaces. Well, Daniel's character has like this genuine felicity to like himself and where he stays closer to the ground. Now, the only time that I feel like we do get some real empathy out of like the Free is when there's a scene where they get whiteboards because Celeste, who's dead in the movie, is like makes this thing where they have to do what she says while she's dead for like a whole week, and there's like a part where they have to stay silent for a whole day, or at least 24 hours, and they get whiteboards and have to write on it just to speak. Like that scene alone, that montage alone just felt like it was the only time where it was him and everyone around like just having actual like real dialogue, and they're like real monument like feeling. Like there's the real dialogue doesn't even matter most of the time, but honestly, again, enjoyable. Like Joel has like a scene where he's talking about Celeste and how I feel like when he's talking about Celeste in a scene, he's talking about his grandmother. He did lose his grandmother a couple months back, so I feel like that's where all the emotion in that scene came from. But yeah, love Celeste. It was nice. I enjoyed it. Everyone that was in it was good, but I don't know. Spend more time writing, and you'll get something better out of it. I'm doing 6.7 out of 10. God damn it, my nose is killing me. Do I need to oh my god, I'm gonna cut my nose off. Yeah, love Celeste, 6.7 out of 10. And 9th spot, I'm gonna go with a little film called, no, not that, a little film about friendship. Now, this one I found to be nice. Like, it kind of reminded me of Seinfeld a bit because it's a movie about nothing. It is a movie about nothing, but Seinfeld is a show about nothing. So literally this whole movie is literally about two friends just chilling and doing nothing. It's just having conversations. So it did feel nice seeing this type of film because, I mean, don't get me wrong, every movie has like a point A all the way to point B. But this one just felt nice. I like how Trent gets a more thorough role in this than the Knife movie. He is in the Knife movie, but he's basically dead most of the time, and he becomes a cube. Fuck it, Trent Cube. But yeah, this one was nice. It's just two friends having conversations. Basically, this felt more like it came from the heart than like some of these here. But yeah, I enjoyed a little film about friendship. There's actually a scene in the movie where he gets he's like climbing up a hill. Trent's just watching, and Joel's like, "When I die, I want Mr. Beast to have my channel. I want him to turn it into Mr. Beast free. You get a suitcase full of $100,000, or you get all of Joel's stuff, including his ashes." But yeah, this one did feel nice. It did feel like it was heart to heart, and basically just chilling around certain places and certain times, just being themselves, you know? So, yeah, I enjoyed it. I mean, I'm giving it 6.8 out of 10, though. I did like all these other films more, and I will bring it up right now. Now, this one is like the most comedy out of like all the other films, if you could. Oh my god. I'm sorry. Hang on. Oh my god, my damn. I'm really. Oh. I'm sorry. I'm literally holding this phone on a stand. Okay, so the next one I'm gonna put on here is the Diarrhea Brothers Save the Day. Now this is like the most comedic out of the bunch of the films that sorry, I forgot how to spell diarrhea. So yeah, this is the most comedic out of all the other films, even though the thing about Joel is that he always uses like emotional filmmaking in all his films, so everything is like a drama in some way or another, but also comedic. So this little like straight up comedy to me just feels like to me this movie feels like this is like his direct response to Saturday Night Live. And if you remember a couple years back, Joel made a short making fun of the Charmin Bears, and so in the Charmin Bears short that he did, he plays a character like the son. He plays the son of like the mom and the dad. Charmin Bears, and he wants to go to college, and instead his parents want him to do the family business, which is wiping his ass. But SNL took that whole short and copied and pasted the whole thing like it was their own. And now it's being revealed that this isn't the first, well, to me, that was like the first of knowing they stole a skit. But, sketch. They stole a sketch from someone else. And it seems like SNL is now going on this facade of copying and pasting someone else's, like, sketches and putting it as their own. Like, they've managed to copy from other content creators. And to me, this film is like his response. Like his real response, even though he made a response after finding out. So, yeah, I did enjoy this movie. It also felt like when a sketch on SNL becomes so popular, they do another one. They do a wide series of like sketches for that sketch, like those characters, and they turn it into like a movie. But to me, this is like the other way around. This is a movie, like a lifelong sketch, and this would be a whole lot better if it became a series of sketches afterwards. Like, if he were to turn these into shorts afterwards, it would be, like, very fun. But, in all honesty, most of the humor here just comes out of the title, because it's the Diarrhea Brothers. So, yeah, I did enjoy this one. I'm going to go ahead and 7.3 out of 10. God, I should have used a different marker. My nose is killing me. Oh, God. I'll give you guys a little zoom in so you can read it. I am losing a bit of marker, so I don't know if I have to grab another one in a bit, but why don't we go ahead, get my hair out of my mouth, and talk about my seventh pick. This one was nice to see. Hiccups was a fun one. I just want to put the whole word so I don't forget while writing. Yeah, Hiccups was fun. He did talk about his love of rom-coms and having fun going back to New York City. It's been a while for him. And I will say, I want to give props to Trent Zulkowicz. I don't know if I... Zulkowicz? Trent Zulkowicz for doing the sound cleanup in this film. Like, New York City is filled to the brim with crowds and like background noises, but he managed to get all of like the main characters like audio perfectly. And I want to give him a huge like thumbs up. Like, you just got a major dub for that. It's very hard working with audio, and I just want to do a quick shout out to him as well. But Hiccups was fun. It was nice seeing like a little Joel have a rom-com. It's a style that we've basically seen him do before, but I feel like this is like his most like committed like rom-com. Like, this is like he knows his love of rom-coms, like When Harry Met Sally and like ever New York City rom-coms. That's, I mean, I know he loves When Harry Met Sally. That's the one I remember. Yeah, the Hiccups was fun. I liked how it felt a bit inspired on like Charlie Kaufman films. Like, Charlie Kaufman, he did movies like Being John Malkovich, Eternal Sunshine of a Spotless Mind, adaptation starring Nicolas Cage. But yeah, Charlie Kaufman's a good writer. But this is but obviously Hiccups was like his main inspiration into like doing something that was like that. So yeah, I enjoyed it. So I'm just gonna go back to my phone real quick to put what I put down. Yeah, I enjoyed Hiccups. It was fun. This is another 7 for me, but 7.4 out of 10. I was going to do an S for a second. I didn't know why. I can't read. Now I think we could go on to what I would say would be my most favorites over here. Damn it. I touched it. I touched the marker. That's why. So when did I do that? Oh. God, my eye. Alright, for my 6th pick, I'm doing Hello, My Beautiful Creatures. This one was a nice change of pace for Joel. And, God, I'm sorry, I forget his name. Now, Hello, My Beautiful Creatures was definitely different out of the most films. I had to sit down so I could get to the bottom of this. This one was clearly different from the rest of his films because it's a stop motion movie and it's also his longest out of... I can't read for shit. I forgot how to spell beautiful. This was his most challenging of his 12 movies in 12 months because it's stop motion and it's his longest film, being 2 hours long. And it's definitely intriguing. Like, you could tell there was some influence with this one. Like, obviously you could say it's like Toy Story because toys are talking and moving, and instead of like, well, I like to think that his friend in the film is like Sid. He decided to like change his ways of destroying toys, so he like became a god towards them. And it kind of sucks for his character in the movie because he dies at the end because the toys are like getting like rewalled and stuff. So yeah, it was also interesting knowing that they had to like try their hardest to find like any major toy or anything like that. Like, they just go to like thrift stores and antique shops or wherever they could find so they could like not get copyrighted, you know. But yeah, this was a nice movie. There's obvious influence of like Criterion films and like Italian filmmaking as well. Like this kind of reminds me of Amarcord. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but it's an Italian film about like a seacoast town in Italy during like the 30s, and basically it's just like a bunch of people and seeing lives of everyone around them, like having conversations. Like that's the whole ordeal. I feel like On the Court is like the inspiration of like every like Wes Anderson movie. Like that's his main inspiration. And I will say, Hello, My Beautiful Creatures was fun. It was challenging. I would like to see Joel do something like this in like the future, not like now, but in the future when he's like ready. Maybe get like, maybe he could work with Leica. Leica does a lot of stop motion films. So yeah, I enjoyed it. I'm gonna give it a 7.5 out of 10. And we can move on for our fifth pick here, which I'm going to go ahead and say was The Text. The Text was definitely very fun. It's not very long. It's only like a good 40 minutes. He brings back his friends like Dax, Ben again. Brings back Trent. Trent's a main highlight in all these movies here, basically. Well, most of these movies, whenever he's like actually in it. Like, he was in the 9th movie, A Little Film About Friendship, Diary of Brothers, The Text. He also brings back Calvin. Calvin was in the 9th movie, as well as The Text. Is he in Diary of Brothers? I don't remember. But yeah, The Text was fun. Basically, it's Joel and everyone else bringing like going cringe out to the nines in this film, and basically all about how they shot this whole movie in one single go, and they did it during the Oscars. Joel has this thing where, hey guys, instead of watching the Oscars, make a movie, because why not? You're creative. So, yeah, he did this movie during his second time of shooting a movie during the Oscars. And this was fun. I quite enjoyed it. Dax, like, sends an embarrassing text to his ex-girlfriend, and basically gets his friends involved, and it becomes like a whole ordeal. And they're at this Airbnb because Calvin, in the movie, it's his 30th birthday. I think he's 30 now, but I'll search it later. It was fun. It was not a long watch as well. It's a good 40 minutes. There's a bunch of like awkward humor, which is basically what Joel's intake is, what this film is. And yeah, it was very fun to watch. I would recommend everyone else to as well. It was definitely very fun. I'm going to go with 7.6 out of 10 for The Text. And now we're getting close to our top 3 here. But for my 4th spot would have to be his second film, Anyone Else But Me. I'm just getting it all in here. Now this one was fun as well. This was the first film that Joel didn't include himself in. Now, he was behind the camera the whole time. He did direct it. As well as like The Text. He also wasn't in The Text as well. Behind the scenes. As well as My Beautiful Creatures. You Are Point Girl. He also wasn't in You Are Point Girl. But Anyone Else But Me was fun. He gets his friend Blake Roser to get involved in the flick. And he plays this character that wants to be an actor. He's in Los Angeles. Who's in Los Angeles and wants to be an actor? If you're in Los Angeles and don't want to be an actor, I feel like you're the most normal person there. Anyways, so Anyone Else But You, he's a wannabe actor, and he does this thing where he goes on dates with girls and acts his heart out instead of being himself on these dates. So he's just being an asshole. And basically, when he's on one of these dates, he pretends to be a Bitcoin millionaire. So the day he's with gets kidnapped, and he comes to the realization his actions have consequences. I feel like not a lot of films like showcase that, even though they do. Lots of films like showcase your actions have consequences, quit being a fucking asshole, and stuff like that. In the end, he comes to the realization that he needs to stop doing this thing that he's always doing, which is just being an attention-seeking prick. But I don't know, that's just my theory. I mean, Joel has his reasonings on what the film really is. But yeah, everyone goes all out in this film as well. They go into the desert. They get a couple of Airbnbs. It was pretty fun. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. If I remembered, yeah, I gave this one 7.7 out of 10. Yeah. And now I know we could go ahead and get into. It's been a while since I showcased. Why is there fucking glaring? Yeah. I'm hoping that you all read it. You got to read it. Anyways, for my final three, these were my most favorite. And my third most favorite definitely has to come to Coming Home, his final film. And in the final of all 12 movies. This one was different from most as well, since this one doesn't have a script. It's just a little vlog, like documentary movie. Like, it's basically him going back to his hometown in Canada where he was born. And basically we get to hear these stories about his grandfather and about his grandmother, making sure I got that right. I keep doing that. Why do I keep doing that? Anyways, Coming Home was definitely very nice. It's nice to getting to know like his family and seeing like the outskirts of like a nice little snow-filled Canadian town. I feel like Canada doesn't really get a lot of respect, especially knowing what Drake did. A minor. I can't do that. I can't do that. Anyways, but yeah, like Canada looks nice. I wouldn't move up there. It would be nice to visit. But yeah, he talks about everyone is just like nice here, especially I'm assuming is Nova Scotia, because he says, and yeah, it's basically him talking about his family, talking about friends, building a snowman, having a conversation with a snowman, and basically we get to know more about his mother. She's also like a dedicated songwriter. She was basically the main inspiration, especially his family, about following your dream, and he follows his dream and gets some money in it. But I mean, I'm assuming he got a lot of money out of this. He spent $15,000 on all these movies. And yeah, we get to hear some songs. We get to know more about his mother, which was nice. She's a nice lady. Yeah, I just really enjoyed it. It really showcases like life outside of his films and like his shorts, and just Joel being Joel and his family being his family. It was nice getting to know everybody here for once. I'm going to go ahead and change my original score that was going to be on here, because I actually really enjoyed this. I really enjoyed this film. 8.4 I'll give. Now, we could go to part 2. We could go to the second one. We're close. Sorry, I had a thing on my was not just my nose, it was my lip this time. It just takes time. I don't know why I did the eye like that. But imagine, well, I can fix that. That's sort of a T, right? That's sort of a T. Anyways, It Just Takes Time was definitely my second favorite. I would say it was my most favorite, but I kind of have to leave it for the actual film I enjoyed the most. It Just Takes Time is a story about a group of friends getting back together again during the time of loss. Joel actually did this film after the loss of his grandmother. I feel like that's where most of the pain comes from. Shaves his head, looks like Walter White. But yeah, he gets Dax to come back. He gets, you'll like the characters too. Like, I enjoy Jake. Like, he's the one going through the loss. He lost his brother in the film. And he basically goes through, like, this long, like, time of just going through the pain and, like, about losing his brother. And, like, all his friends come together to basically help him. But he doesn't really do anything to, like, seek any type of help. But it's not till the end when he gets punched in the face. I don't know if they did a real punch or they were just really good with makeup. But yeah, It Just Takes Time was good. It was also very nice to see him use Oregon as a primary location for the film. My grandparents lived up there for a couple years now, and it's nice to see like them showcasing Oregon as the state it is. It's comfortably beautiful. It's calming, relaxing, fun to see. It's definitely also very full of like great people and stuff like that. I'd be aware of Portland. That's where the most weirdos are. I mean, it is keep Portland weird. That is where they are. But yeah, It Just Takes Time was very comforting. It was very emotional. It didn't have to. It didn't, like most films, like will shove like the message down your throat. It Just Takes Time doesn't. It just eases its way into you. So I'm gonna go ahead and let me find what I put. I'm gonna go ahead and put 8.6. I don't know why I did right here. I could have just done it right under the tag. But 8.6 out of 10. I'm sorry it looks like an 86 out of 10. But we'll live. Anyways, to go to my number one spot out of the top 12 films, I'm going to go ahead and say The Hero's Journey, aka My Life, aka the Caleb Johnson story. I'm Caleb. This was definitely my most favorite out of the 12. And definitely very nice to see him showcase. Oh my god, my nose won't stop. That's the whole video. It's just me rubbing my nose till I get my shit together. Anyways, The Hero's Journey was fun. I liked that he got to showcase his hometown of Massachusetts where he was raised, and basically getting to see everybody, as well as like his character Caleb Johnson, basically go through this ordeal of like isolation and doing this like coming of age mockumentary. Basically Caleb gets into a fight with his mom, and he also totals his car, so he has to drive a rental throughout the whole film. And he has his best friend, Trent's in the movie, but I forget his name. And also, oh wait, no, I put it down in here. It's in my notes. Kevin. His name is Kevin in the movie. Yeah. Kevin Trent returns as Kevin, and basically he's like his best friend, as his parents like dislike him at the moment because he did something at the house and made his parents uncomfortable. So he's not allowed in the house while they are there. So and then there's Stacy. Stacy is his like friend turned girlfriend turned ex, because he basically like just doesn't want to grow up. The thing about the movie is that his friends grow up while Caleb stays the same. And he's living in his car and documenting like his time in the car. So yeah, this movie was really nice. It made me want to drink nothing but Arizona for a whole month. I didn't. I should have. But in my fairness, Arizona now makes alcohol, which is not 99 cents a can. It's a very expensive 12-pack. And yeah, but Hero's Journey was my most favorite. I definitely gotta go ahead and give Joel a round of applause again. 12 movies in 12 months, baby! So anyways, to include this final ranking for the Hero's Journey, I'm going to go ahead and, you know what, I'm just going to change the score I was originally going to go. I'm giving him a 9 out of 10 with this one. It was my most favorite. I enjoyed it the most. And hey, I'm just going to upload this video as it is. I'm not going to do any editing. I'm going to keep the video as it is so I don't have to like wait a long period of time for it to be uploaded. You guys watched it. If you enjoyed it, hit the like. If you want to subscribe and see future content, hit the subscribe button and hit the all tab in there. Comment what you want me to review next. I'll go ahead and I lost a marker. Final. Oh God, my nose again. I swear to God, I need to get checked. I want to showcase all the crap I wrote. Yeah. Least favorite to most favorite. I definitely encourage everyone to watch them all. They were very enjoyable. And yeah, that's all I have left to say. So I'll see you all later.